Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Unique Bio Classes based on NCERT syllabus for PUC first and second year. If you like my channel, please subscribe, like and share and hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications as soon as videos are getting uploaded. Okay guys, we should start today's class. In today's video, we are going to discuss about pregnancy and embryonic development. Okay, in pregnancy and embryonic development, we are discussing about how does that implantation takes place with the help of placenta, and what is placenta, what is its function, and the hormone secreted by it. Okay, so we shall see here. I have prepared a note of it, so we shall go through that one very fast. Okay, pregnancy and embryonic development. In pregnancy and embryonic development, there is a chorionic villi. This chorionic villi is that which has been formed after implantation. Implantation, we said, when the blastocyst is getting embedded in the uterine wall, we call it as implantation. Okay, chorionic villi is formed after implantation. Finger-like projections appear on trophoblast is called as chorionic villi. Trophoblast, it was like this. Blastocyst, we have drawn something like this, which consists of one layer of cells outside, and inner part it consists of many cells. For that, we call inner part, we call it as inner cell mass, and outer one we call it as trophoblast. Now this trophoblast will produce finger-like projections, something like this, and this will get attached to the in this finger-like projections we call it as chorionic villi. These chorionic villi will get interdigited with what? Interdigited with the uterine wall. If this is the uterine wall also will start to form some finger-like projections that will get attached to it with the maternal blood, and a maternal tissue will form something like this, so that this blastocyst should get attached to the uterine wall. Okay, so here chorionic villi, as I have shown here, chorionic villi, it is surrounded by uterine tissue and maternal blood. Okay, this is the uterine tissue, this is uterine wall. Earlier it was a uterine wall, now it has formed this finger-like projections. When both have been attached, okay, when both have been attached, this structure we call it as placenta, right? Okay, chorionic villi surrounded by uterine tissue and maternal blood. These both together have been interdigited with each other to form placenta. Now placenta is what? It will appear like this. If you imagine this, one of my hand, it appears like a blastocyst, and other hand you imagine it as uterine wall. Now both of those, if it has been formed finger-like projections, trophoblast, it has formed finger-like projections, and this is the uterine wall, it is also have formed finger-like projections. Both will get interdigited, something like this. Both will get attached to each other, and this structure what is present in between both, when it has been attached interdigited with each other, this structure we call it as placenta. Okay, fine, interdigited with each other to form placenta. Now this placenta, function of placenta is what? Placenta, it supplies oxygen and nutrients to embryo. Its function is to supply oxygen and nutrients to embryo. Another one is removal of carbon dioxide and excretory waste materials produced by the embryo, which means now oxygen and nutrients will be provided to the embryo from the mother, and a removal of carbon dioxide and excretory waste from embryo to the mother. Okay, these are given to the embryo, these are taken out from the embryo. Now what you write? What is placenta? Placenta is nothing but structural and functional unit between mother and a fetus. Okay, placenta is the structural and functional unit between mother and fetus. For that we call it as placenta. These are the functions of it. Okay, these are the functions. Fine. Now after that you can find there is an umbilical cord which helps in transport. Okay, if I show you the diagram here, this was the trophoblast, and here we said inner cell mass. Now this inner cell mass will develop into an embryo. Fine, that embryo, when it has been developed, okay, this will be the embryo. Inner cell mass will develop into an embryo. You just imagine this as an embryo, and this is the trophoblast, and it has got this placenta. Okay, it has attached to the uterine wall or something like this, and it is surrounded by the maternal tissue. Now this embryo, it should be connected to the placenta, so that connection will be through this connection, both are connected through the umbilical cord. For this we call it as umbilical cord. Okay, this we call it as umbilical cord. This umbilical cord, what does it do? It helps in transportation of food and nutrients from mother to the fetus. Okay, it helps in transportation. If a fetus has been provided, fetus is nothing but the embryo. For embryo we call it as fetus when it is growing as an adult, as a baby. So this fetus will produce what? It will produce waste material and carbon dioxide that will be released out through this umbilical cord only. Nutrients and oxygen will be reached to the embryo. Okay, so this umbilical cord, it is used for transportation. Okay, so after this implantation, all this process takes place, which we have discussed. Now about placenta we shall discuss some more information. Placenta, it acts as an endocrine tissue. As you know, endocrine tissue and an exocrine tissue. Endocrine tissue here, it is acting as to secrete hormones. Okay, placenta also secretes some hormones. As it is doing one function, with that it also secretes some hormones. That hormones are, first one, human chorionic gonadotrophin. Human chorionic gonadotrophin is HCG. In short form we call it as. Its function is to stimulate ovary to secrete progesterone for maintaining pregnancy. Okay, it will stimulate ovary, it will stimulate the ovary to secrete this hormone so that it can maintain pregnancy. Which one? HCG. Human placental lactogen, this is the second hormone, that is HPL. This is used for the growth of the body of the mother and the breast. Okay, growth of the body of mother and breast of the mother will be developed with the help of this hormone called as HPL. Another hormone we have is estrogen. About estrogen I have already given, that is it is used for the development of secondary organs in the adult and even in the fetus. Okay, then with this we have one more hormone, fourth hormone, which is secreted by the placenta. It is nothing but this progesterone, progestogen. Progestogen is different, progesterone is different. Progestogen, it is used to check contraction of uterine muscles to maintain pregnancy. Okay, this progestogen is secreted so that contraction of uterine muscles will undergo contraction during pregnancy, that is maintained by progestogen. So these are the four hormones secreted by the placenta. Which one? HCG, HPL, estrogen and progestogen, and many other are also there. Okay, you can get this question has been asked. Name the hormone secreted by placenta. What are their functions? Like that. Now relaxin. Relaxin is another hormone, but this is not secreted by the placenta, but it is secreted by the ovary in a later phase of pregnancy. Ovary will secrete this, but at the end phase of pregnancy, which we call it as relaxin. What is its function? Its function is to relax the cervix during delivery. Okay, during delivery of the fetus, cervix should get relaxed because it undergoes a huge contraction. That contraction should get stopped. To stop that contraction, there is a hormone called as relaxin secreted by ovary to stop that contraction. Okay. Next, HCG, HPL and relaxin, these are produced during pregnancy. These three hormones, okay, these are produced only during pregnancy. Like progestogen and estrogen, these are secreted normally in a menstrual cycle also. But here HCG, HPL and relaxin, these are produced only exclusively during pregnancy. Alright, these points are helpful for your entrance exam. Next, estrogens, progestogens, cortisol, prolactin, thyroxine, etc. These are the hormones which are produced in a large amount in the mother's body. These hormones are essential for supporting the fetal growth. These hormones are required for fetal growth, metabolic changes in mother and even maintenance of pregnancy. For all this it requires these hormones. Which one? Estrogen, progestogen, cortisol, prolactin and thyroxine, and many other hormones are also there. These hormones will be secreted in a large amount during pregnancy to support fetal growth, metabolic changes in mother and maintenance of pregnancy. Okay, so these are some list of hormones which are secreted in large amount during pregnancy. Right, now inner cell mass differentiates into inner cell mass. Once again I'll show you. This was the blastocyst. Outer one we called it as trophoblast. Inner one we called it as inner cell mass. Right, this was inner cell mass. Now this inner cell mass will differentiate into embryo, we said. Now how does it will differentiate into embryo? We shall see here. The outer layer is called as ectoderm, inner layer is called as endoderm, middle layer is called as mesoderm. If I draw this inner cell mass, enlarged view of it, something like this. This is inner cell mass. I will show in this form. Okay, this outer one layer, outer layer is called as ectoderm. Derma means skin, ecto means outside. Okay, endoderm means inside, meso means in between. Okay, Now, ectoderm, it is going to differentiate into external organs or skin or some other body parts. Mesoderm, it is a hollow body part. Endoderm, it is going to develop into organs, major organs and tissues. Okay, so and each one is having its own differentiating into its own organs. The detailed information, if you want, you can get through that while you are preparing for a NEET. But for theory examination, only this much is enough. Okay, inner cell mass differentiates into these three: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Now, these cells which are present in the inner cell mass, those cells contain stem cells. The cells which are present in the inner cell mass, for those we call it as stem cells, and these stem cells, they have potential to give rise to all the tissues and organs. Okay, stem cells are those cells which have a potency to give rise to any of the cells. For example, as we have said, this is the inner cell mass. Okay, it consists of many number of cells. If I take out one cell from it, okay, I have removed one cell from the inner cell mass and I can stimulate it to providing required conditions. If I can make this one cell to grow into an embryo, okay, I can make this one into grow into an embryo. Normally what happens, this whole inner cell mass will develop into an embryo, is it? All together will develop into an embryo. I can make this inner cell mass 8 separate cells, I can take it out and each cell can develop into 8 embryos like this, which means each cell is having capability to develop into a whole new organism. For those cells which are having that capability, for those cells we call it as stem cells. Okay, so stem cells are those which have potency to give rise to all the tissues and organs. Fine. Now next here we have the major features of embryonic development at various months of pregnancy. Okay, so some major features of pregnancy are there. Embryonic development at different months of pregnancy we can find. It has been listed in your textbook also. So here we have first one. After 1 month of pregnancy, embryo heart is formed. Okay, after 1 month of pregnancy, first heart is formed. After 2 months, fetus develops limbs and digits, which means forelimbs, hind limbs and these fingers are developed. Okay, end of 12 weeks. 12 weeks means how many months? That is, it is having 3 months. Okay, end of 3 months, or it is called as first trimester. Tri means 3. So after end of first trimester, major organ system are formed. Okay, major organ system, like you can have digestive system, circulatory system, different organs system which we have, all those are formed. Example, limbs and external genital organs. External genital organs are also formed. Either it is male or female, whichever it is, that will be formed in at the end of first trimester or at the end of 3 months. During 5 months, okay, during 5 months, what happens? Movements of the fetus appears. Movement of the fetus starts to appear, and appearance of hairs on head. Okay, hair will start to develop during the 5th month of pregnancy. Next, at the end of 24 weeks. Okay, at the end of 24 weeks means that it is second trimester. Second trimester means what? That is 6 months. The body is covered with fine hair. Eyelids separate, eyelashes are formed. Okay, at the end of 6 months, the body is covered by fine hair, eyelids have been separate and eyelashes are formed. At the end of 9 months, the fetus is fully developed and is ready for delivery. Okay, so these are some major features which we can find in an embryonic development, and these major features which have been mentioned, it is not of each and every month, as we can find 4 month is not there, then the 7th month is not there, 8th month is not there. It is just for your reference purpose which has been given in your textbook. This question can be asked for 5 marks, for 3 marks or for 2 marks, and even for 1 mark. A hair will develop in which month, something like that. And we have not got this question, but you can get that question. And this still more information, if you want, you can refer some other textbook for if you are preparing for NEET. For theory, only this much is enough. Now this is about your pregnancy and embryonic development topic. Very important. About placenta, it has been asked many a times. What is placenta? What is its function? Different questions have been asked, and recently we have got named the hormone secreted by the placenta. Okay, these also have been given, so very important it is. You can find this topic in your textbook on page number 53, and this diagram which it has been shown, it is about the fetus. This is the fetus, and this finger-like projections which you can find, it is nothing but the placenta and the embryo which has been formed. The placenta has been joined with the embryo with the umbilical cord. Okay, this is the umbilical cord, and there will be a presence of fluid inside that. For that we call it as amniotic fluid. Okay, the fluid in which this embryo is floating further we call it as amniotic fluid, and this was the uterus as we have seen this one earlier. Okay, so this is the some information related to pregnancy and embryonic development. In my next video I am going to discuss about parturition and lactation. That will be my last video of this chapter. So we shall meet in my next video. If you have any doubts, any queries, please let me know. Comment it in the comment box. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy.